I love you. I love you so much.
Let me see you 1, 2 strike.
Nice, there we go.
When you have a family, feeling that your future is financially secure means everything.
All of our expenses are just really adding up.
Mommy, can we get a cotton candy? Can we get popcorn?
You know, we're going day by day, no real plan.
Our daughter's just about to go to college in a couple years.
My fear was not being able to retire.
I'm Jacqueline Shattuck, a certified financial planner. I'm teaming up with advisors at Mutual of Omaha to do what we do best, helping families by designing a financial plan that fits their unique lifestyle.
We're going to design a plan so your family can have financial security.
It's great to have something that's so tailored for our family and our situation.
We're giving real families a unique opportunity to have a team of advisors uncover strategies to help them achieve their financial goals.
Maybe $2,000 a month, that could lead to about $2 million of retirement assets.
It feels like a unique opportunity to have this team of people put a plan together for us.
Together, we'll empower these families to reach for their dreams $1 at a time. This is My Money Planners.
We're the Lawrence family. Our kids mean the world to us. We want them to have everything we had plus some.
Today, I'm meeting with Kenny and Stephanie Lawrence. They live in Lancaster, California with their 2 kids.
We go to church as a family every Sunday. In-laws, sister-in-laws, cousins, we're all there.
Every Sunday after church, my family, all of us, we congregate at my parents' house and the kids are playing. If it's not too hot, they're outside. Family and community are most important to us.
I did 22 years in the Navy, active duty. I've been to the Middle East, I've been to Southeast Asia. When I joined the military at 18, I wanted to do something that would make my mom proud. Military blood runs through my veins. I'm retired. Once I retired from the military, I already knew that I was looking for a second career. I'm looking forward to my second retirement, possibly in 7 years.
Kenny has multiple sources of retirement income lined up from his time in the military, but he needs help creating a strategy that maximizes his benefits.
Go, Looney, go, Looney. I want to make sure that I'm making the right moves. So therefore, when I do retire, my family will be taken care of.
That easy.
Is that easy?
And for me, I don't know when I'll be able to retire per se, but I would like to spend more time with my family.
But she doesn't know when retirement might make sense for her.
I have accumulated a little bit of debt here and there. I like finer things such as your purses.
Front row Beyonce.
Yes, if I go Beyonce, go big or go home.
We'll look at their options and come up with a plan so Stephanie and Kenny can meet their financial goals.
I'm excited to see what her thoughts are.
Am I nervous? I think I'm a little nervous about what they're gonna say about my spending habits.
Oh.
How you doing?
Hey, I'm Jacqueline.
Kenny.
Kenny, nice to meet you. Hi, Stephanie.
Going into the conversation with Jacqueline, I did have that apprehension. We're kind of a little bit more private when it comes to our finances.
But I still wanted to know, were we on the right track?
Can you guys share a little bit about some of your goals, your dreams?
Why you wanted to speak with a financial advisor?
I'm near retirement. I just want to make sure that financially I'm doing everything I can to have the financial freedom when I do retire.
So what's your vision for retirement, Kenny?
Doing nothing. That's my vision. Doing nothing.
You can't do nothing.
Kenny, can you share a little bit about your income?
I'm 22 years retired military, so I get a retirement pension.
Military veterans receive monthly payments from the government based on their years of service and salary. And many veterans also qualify for additional benefits beyond their pensions, boosting their monthly income even further.
I'm a disabled veteran, so there's monetary benefits from that as well.
So that means Kenny currently receives 2 sources of guaranteed income from the military, but he's taken a second career in civilian life as well.
Currently, I work for Los Angeles County as a chief engineer, so I'm pretty close to my second career retirement. From that retirement, there's another pension.
Kenny's in a unique spot for retirement with a lot of guaranteed income sources. That's money Kenny can rely on every month for the rest of his life. But he wants to know if that will be enough to maintain their current standard of living. Getting ready for Kenny's retirement, That's the first of our 4 goals. I'm brainstorming ideas with some of Mutual of Omaha's top advisors to make sure Kenny's ready to retire in just 7 years. Kenny's retiring in 7 years. He wants to make sure that he's ready. Do you think that he has enough stable income sources to cover their expenses?
And their monthly expenses were around $5,000 to $6,000 a month. All 3 pensions combined are well over that.
When Kenny retires, his guaranteed income streams will already exceed the Lawrence's monthly expenses. That means he's already got his basic needs covered. But what does this mean for his investment and savings plan?
He can invest the rest of his assets into more riskier assets for better growth.
Which I know is counterintuitive of what most people do as they approach retirement. But he has the space to be able to do that with these stable sources of income.
And most people think that because they have a pension and Social Security, there's no planning that needs to be done around it. But you'll be amazed of the dimensions of different types of planning that you can do that customize it to your financial needs.
If we can help them do this, it could really help them achieve their goals.
Now we turn our sights to the next goal, Stephanie's retirement plan. And how about you, Stephanie? Are you coming right behind 7 years?
That would be lovely, but I think I probably got to work a little bit longer. I'm 43, so there is about a 15-year age gap between the two of us.
Part of the Lawrences' unique situation is their 15-year age gap.
My fear would be us not being able to, enjoy that time together or with our children in retirement.
Planning for retirement typically requires some financial discipline and saving. But Kenny and Stephanie mentioned that Stephanie has racked up some credit card debt. I'd like to learn what's going on.
If I'm honest, I'm into the purses and shoes. I feel like I work, so I work every day. I should be able to have a nice handbag.
I give her that.
At any point, has your spending been more on your credit cards than what you could handle at the end of the month?
Yes. The answer to that question is yes.
When Jacqueline brought up the 401k loan and the spending, I felt she was coming to my rescue.
The interest will eat you up. And so I wanted to free myself of the debt. And so I did borrow from my 401k to clear my debt because he wouldn't clear my debt. So
that would have been the second time. I did it the first time.
The first time, Mr. Lawrence was fortunate enough to bail me out. And then, life started lifing.
She's had to take a loan from her retirement account to pay down her debt. That means her money is not growing as quickly as it could be. And how much was the 401k loan to cover the credit cards?
$26,000. That's definitely something I want to put an end to.
It sounds like Stephanie would like to work on her spending habits. I'd like to find a way to help her visualize her goals. Stephanie, what would be your vision for retirement?
We want to take our kids places they've never been, create memories. I know I'm big on memories. I would like to fulfill a childhood dream of mine and own an RV so that I can take my kids across country.
So you envision retirement in an RV?
When I was young, I remember driving across country. All of my life, I just have always wanted an RV, my whole life.
So Stephanie and Kenny are married, but they're living in 2 very different financial realities.
We have separate accounts, but we also have joint savings accounts.
They've been handling their money what we call roommate style. They're keeping separate bank accounts and splitting household expenses, managing money like, roommates.
Her bank account, she pretty much pay her bills. Then I have my separate account.
Assuming we can change her spending and maybe even get them working together, I'd like to see what the team thinks is realistic for her retirement. We know that Kenny's gonna be retiring in 7 years, but Stephanie's been looking at her numbers and she's wondering when she'll actually be able to retire. She has a loan out on her 401k right now because she's been doing a little bit too much spending on her credit card.
I mean, they have a savings account with $110,000 in it. They could pay that off today.
But I think they view that as Kenny's money.
Don't you think that they can come together and that way they can make this dream for her come true?
I would love to see them working collaboratively on their financial plan.
I've been looking at these numbers. I think they could retire together. How awesome would that be to retire at 50 with your husband?
That would be amazing.
In only 7 years?
Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch, but if they could contribute around $8,000 more a year to their retirement, they've got it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Wow. Retiring early alongside Kenny. This is a really exciting possibility. But before we're ready to finalize our plan, I'd like to hear the Lawrence's goals for building generational wealth. And what other goals do you have around planning generationally, like for your children?
I wasn't taught finances growing up. Most African-American families pretty much live from paycheck to paycheck, so those type of conversations is not had. So teaching our kids finances, investing, we want to instill that in our kids so they can instill it in their kids. And the goal is when they turn 60, 65, you know, they're gonna be better off than us.
And as for me, I was fortunate enough to where my father, you know, he kind of passed down that information. Him and my mother, they both worked 40 plus years.
Invest early and let your money grow. You guys are in a position that you can start saving for your kids now.
When I see Stephanie dad teaching or passing on that financial literacy, it encourages me to do the same thing with mine.
Now, the kids' savings accounts that they have, do they put money into those accounts or do you fund them?
We fund them.
Yeah.
We fund them.
Yeah, we fund them.
Actually, Caitlin, her favorite subject is math. You know, anytime they get any money, they're counting it. And
do they get an allowance?
No, not per se.
They get tooth fairy money.
Yeah, and it appears that tooths are falling out.
I'm like, I've never seen so many teeth. We're just trying to make sure that they are educated on finances early on.
Let's see what ideas we can get from the team. Let's talk about the kids. They wanted to make sure that they were instilling good financial values in their children.
One thing I do for my kids who are in the same age, 6 and 9, I open them a stock account for a mutual fund portfolio, and I tell them, you know, this is how it's growing. I educate them about how it works.
I love that idea, and I love the fact that the couple, they want to make sure that their kids understand and that they have a better path. The kids can actually do so much better than the parents if they knew early enough on what to do.
You could say, here's your allowance. You can go spend it, but if you choose to invest it, I'll match it with the same amount.
I like that because that starts to teach them how they'll get a paycheck when they're working. Have you had conversations around life insurance, estate planning, and long-term care planning, given the age gap?
Absolutely.
Yes. I have a $500,000 life insurance policy that also has long-term care benefits with it. And yours is what? 300,000? Yeah.
His life insurance would need to replace 10 to 20 years of income or pensions, some of which will stop paying once he passes away. I think one of the biggest boxes that we need to check for them is life insurance. And as I look closely at their life insurance, I noticed that there's a pretty big gap there.
Looking at the numbers, I think they need about $2 million.
Maybe we can do a pension maximization analysis using life insurance as a tool to get that stream of income for the surviving spouse through life insurance.
Pension Max is a life insurance strategy designed to replace pension income for your family if you pass away. I like that idea a lot. What about Kenny's pension from his job? He hasn't elected an option yet. What do we think he should do? Unlike investment accounts, pensions can't be passed on to future generations. And Kenny's first 2 guaranteed sources of income will stop paying once he passes away.
So maybe on the third one, it's not a bad idea to go with the survivorship.
Joint and survivor benefits mean your spouse can continue to receive pension income even after you've passed. I think the team's ideas for the Lawrences could make a big impact on their future. I'm excited to turn these into a plan and present it to our family. It's plan delivery day. I met with a team of advisors at Mutual of Omaha, and we've come up with a plan for you. You ready?
We're ready.
Also, yes.
I'm excited to see what Jacqueline's going to tell us.
The first part of the plan, Kenny's retirement. Let's focus on your pre-retirement checkup. As we were looking at your portfolio, because you have all of those guaranteed streams of income, you have the ability to take a little bit more risk with your investments so that you can grow that money a little bit quicker. One thing that we took a close look at was your portfolio allocation. Now here's a picture of how you're currently allocated. This is your current portfolio. Okay. Kenny's portfolio is heavily weighted in low-risk assets like bonds. It's a little bit too conservative, given that you guys have those guaranteed streams of income in retirement. You have the flexibility to take a little bit more risk in your investments, which can get you that much closer to your goals that much quicker. Our recommendation is for you to shift about $80,000 from very conservative investments into mutual funds, index funds, and exchange-traded funds. We don't want you to head into any individual stocks, as this would pose too much risk for where you are in your financial plan.
Does it feel scary to me? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
If the market has an off year, they can wait for it to recover and live off their pension income.
What is that old saying? No risk, no reward?
On to our next goal, Stephanie's retirement. Now we want to shift to your pre-retirement check-in, Stephanie. Stephanie's retirement is important to her, but her accounts are growing slower due to the 401k loans she used to pay off her credit card debt. Now, it seems you've been on this cycle of incurring debt and paying it down, incurring it and then paying it down. And now you have this 401k loan.
Jacqueline had some things to say about my 401k loan.
Kenny, you said you're not paying this one off, right?
Right.
But if we can get you guys working as a team together this one last time, it will really help you guys out financially in your long-term plan. If the Lawrences work on Stephanie's debt problem as a team instead of individually, they can solve this problem today. Kenny, you could pay this loan off right now from the savings that you have.
My first reaction is, no way. Absolutely not.
So I know this is a lot from your side, Kenny. So Stephanie, let's focus on your contribution to making sure this debt cycle doesn't continue. We need to address the spending habits that got Stephanie here in the first place. So Stephanie, I want us to talk a little bit about your values here. I'm bringing out one of Stephanie's prized purses. This is one of the reasons she got into debt. In your lap, you have one of your favorite bags, right?
Correct.
So I want to ask you a little bit about your priorities here. Open up that bag for me.
She had me open it up, and to my surprise, I pulled out an RV.
You told us that one of the most important things that you wanted to do in retirement was to be able to travel around the country with your family. At $3,000 a month of savings, she'll have enough money to buy the RV of her dreams when Kenny retires. And so I want to ask you the question, out of the RV and the handbag, which one do you value more?
The RV.
Being able to travel.
Being able to travel and be with my family. That struck a chord with me because spending time with my family and reaching those goals is definitely more important than the frivolous things I like to buy.
Sometimes having clarity about our financial goals is the missing piece to get us to where we want to go.
I think having a very clear goal does help me. I've always wanted an RV ever since I was a little girl.
So the idea is that you're able to pivot from putting so much money into the handbags and more money into the retirement savings.
Right. That makes sense.
If I could see Stephanie changing her spending habits, working collaboratively financially will probably be something that I would consider.
Oh, that warms my heart. Thank you.
Stephanie, I know you had concerns around the age that you would be able to retire. Because of their guaranteed income sources and Kenny's veteran benefits, which will pay for their kids' colleges, they're already close to having enough retirement income to maintain their current lifestyle. We discovered that you would be able to retire in 7 years at the same time as Kenny with one small tweak. The small tweak here would be to invest an additional 4% of your income, Kenny, into an investment account.
Wow. Wow. When Jacqueline told me that I could retire in 7 years at the same time as Kenny, I was shocked.
Both these approaches suggest that Kenny and Stephanie might want to rethink keeping their financial lives so separated, as they could benefit from working together while building for their financial future.
We would need to increase the rate at which we're saving by $8,000 a year. If we were to try to do this, we would have to cut back in a lot of areas.
In what areas?
In your shopping.
Imagine all the additional time that you guys would be able to spend doing things that you love together if you're both able to retire at the same time.
Wow.
Isn't it exciting?
Wow, yeah.
That's a lot of RV trips that you're going to get to take
RV
together.
trips. Ready?
Yeah, it would definitely mean a lot for us to be able to take adventures together.
It's an opportunity that most people aren't afforded, so I definitely think we're blessed to be in this situation.
Now, let's talk about building generational wealth and leaving a legacy for their kids.
A big piece of your financial goal was to be able to leave behind those values that we instill in our children.
So the team came up with a plan to help build strong money habits in Caitlin and KJ.
One thing that we thought about would be giving your children an allowance.
The Lawrences could open accounts for each child, contribute $100 per month, and the kids would get a lesson in investing while watching the money grow.
And with this allowance, you give them the opportunity to decide if they are going to spend that money or if they're going to save that money. And for the money that they do choose to save into their savings account, you guys could potentially match that money for them to give them an incentive to look towards saving money.
Stephanie and Kenny can match it, incentivizing savings and modeling employer benefits they'd like to teach their kids to take advantage of later in life.
I think that was a great recommendation.
And because when we look at it, we want our children to be able to say, hey, if I do this with my money or XYZ, then this will happen. Or if I spend it all, then I don't have as much.
Our recommendation is for you to pivot the savings account into an investment account and then invest that into a market-based portfolio for the long term. This will start to teach your children about how the markets work, and this will lead nicely into your generational wealth plan. And it will help you leave a legacy of financial literacy.
Awesome.
Great.
I love it. We thought that was an excellent idea.
I started saving and investing in my 40s. My kids are going to start before they're 10.
And lastly, life insurance.
Now, when we look at planning for the long term for you both, one of the biggest considerations was the fact that the pension that you have now, you selected the single life option, meaning that that guaranteed stream of income will last as long as you're here with us.
It's too late for Kenny to choose the joint and survivor option for his military pension, but he could use some of his pension income to purchase an insurance policy that would benefit Stephanie and his children. The Mutual of Omaha advisors refer to this as Pension Max.
You'll have another pension that you'll be able to elect at retirement, and our recommendation is that you select the joint option so that that will last for both of your lives.
Yes. Okay. It also protects her if something happens to me, which is an awesome idea.
Now, we know that you have a life insurance policy for $500,000, and we think that this is not quite enough. Now, the general rule of thumb would be to have about 10 to 20 years of expenses covered in your life insurance policy. So that puts you at a little bit above $2 million in coverage needed, okay? In addition, we recommend adding a long-term care rider. That way you can tap into that for any long-term care needs down the line.
Insurance is not a financial plan, but a financial plan isn't a plan without insurance.
It was absolutely refreshing to see that there was something specifically tailored towards us. It just gave us that reassurance that, you know, we were on the right path and doing everything we needed to do correctly.
Our goal today was to provide you guys with some options for your financial plan so that you could retire in 7 years, leave a legacy that you would like to leave, and ultimately have full financial security.
So after hearing Jacqueline's plan, we feel encouraged.
I hope that some of the things we talked about today has really given you guys more financial clarity, and I can't wait to see your success.
Absolutely. We are so grateful, and we appreciate what you've done.
I'm really happy with all the options we've been able to offer the Lawrence family. I can't wait to see how this plan can help them feel secure in their financial future.
So having a plan, we feel like we're definitely on the right track. Jacqueline gave me that reassurance that I am ready to retire in 7 years.
So having this plan makes me feel excited to know that our children will be financially literate. I'll be able to retire a little sooner than I thought, hopefully in the next 7 years alongside Kenny. We'll be able to get that RV and travel with family.
I'm looking forward to the future.
It's fantastic to see them looking forward to a secure financial future. You can protect your family's financial future. Visit mymoneyplanners.tv to get started today.